after Garrett Peterson was exposed as having an extramarital affair with his secretary, Claire Peterson. She is about to file for divorce. He is ejected by her, and their son, Kevin, is divided as a result. Claire's best friend, Vicky, supports her and urges her to sign the divorce papers as soon as possible in order to divorce Garrett permanently. Garrett shows up for Kevin's birthday dinner. Following a business trip to San Francisco, where his affair occurred, he invites Claire and Kevin to a fishing trip. Claire declines the invitation but allows Kevin to accompany his father. She is still deeply hurt by the deception. 2 weeks later, Claire is about to take Kevin out when their garage door becomes stuck. She goes to push it open and is assisted by a young man named Noah. He is the nephew of Claire's wheelchair-bound neighbor. Noah offers to assist with the garage door repair. He joins Kevin at the hardware store. After they leave, Noah's uncle tells Claire that Noah's parents died the previous year, and he is still grieving. Kevin discovers that Noah will be attending the same high school as him, where Claire happens to be a teacher, as the boys walk to the hardware store. Kevin notices a girl from his school, Allie Callahan, who works there after they get their stuff. He has feelings for her but is too nervous to approach her. Noah convinces him to approach her. He introduces himself to Allie as Kevin heads to pay. Moments later, 3 punks on skateboards, led by Jason Zimmer, storm in and harass Kevin in front of Allie and Noah. While Noah's uncle is in the hospital, Claire invites him to lunch with them and Vicky. When Claire mentions that she teaches classic literature at school, Noah quotes Homer and expresses his love for the Iliad. This clearly impresses Claire. Later, Noah notices Claire keeping a pair of stilettos in a box, which she claims were a gift from Vicky. Noah remarks that the shoes are for sexy women, and Claire does not need to try. He apologizes for coming across as too direct. Claire is getting ready to go out while Kevin and Garrett are away. Looking out the window, she notices Noah naked in his room. She notices him and hides behind the curtains. Claire goes on a double date with Vicky and her boyfriend Ethan at a restaurant with his friend Cooper. Cooper is a jerk who mocks Claire's love of classic literature and refers to her as a firecracker when she defends her point of view. She also notices him scrutinizing a waitress. Claire walks out of the restaurant and returns home. Noah calls Claire to inform her that he attempted to defrost a chicken in the microwave. He invites her to come over and assist him in properly preparing the meal. She eventually goes over and stays to eat the chicken with him after it has been properly cooked. While Claire is intrigued, she believes Noah's advances are inappropriate. Noah starts kissing her and feeling her up, and she is powerless to resist. They had very passionate moment as a result. Claire begins to regret what happened the night before the following morning. She informs Noah that what they did was incorrect. But it enrages him to the point of punching a wall and bloodying his knuckles. Kevin and Garrett have returned from their adventure. They are having lunch with Claire when Noah arrives. Noah asks Claire if she told the guys what happened while they were gone when she brings in a plate of cookies. She mentions a heavy rainstorm, to which Noah smugly responds, "It got very wet over there." Noah says, "I love your mother's cookies," when Kevin offers him a cookie. The school year begins, and as Claire begins her first class, the principal enters and informs her that Noah has been assigned to their class, despite the fact that he made it appear as if Claire had requested that he transfer into her class. He had hacked her computer, she realizes. Despite Claire's growing discomfort with Noah, Kevin and Noah hang out. Noah leads Kevin into the woods with his uncle's gun. He creates an orange line and manipulates Kevin into despising his father for cheating on Claire. When Garrett comes over to the dinner table, Kevin yells at him. Kevin joins Noah in the school gym, where he vents his anger on a punching bag. Kevin overworks himself and begins to experience shock. Noah dashes to Kevin's locker and grabs the EpiPen. He saves Kevin by sticking it in his leg. Vicky brings Claire flowers at work that she believes Garrett sent her. When Claire calls, he denies having sent anything. She assumes Noah is the one who sent them and confronts him in the gym. When a teacher notices this, she pushes Noah. Kevin returns to the hardware store to invite Allie to the movie. She says she can't, but she'd like to go to the fall fling with him. Claire and Garrett go on a date, and he begins to get physically involved with her. She is still upset about the affair, but Garrett is eager to begin again. Noah notices all of this and confronts Claire the next morning. Kevin apprehends them, and because he is still angry with his parents, rides to school with Noah. Jason and his friends approach Kevin and bug him. When Noah walks in, Kevin confronts Jason and kicks him into the locker, repeatedly slamming his head against it. Vicky rushes in to break up the brawl, only to be shoved by Noah. A larger teacher drags him away. Noah is taken to the principal's office, where Vicky, the vice principal, informs him that the school never received Noah's transcript from his previous school because he was expelled for disorderly conduct. Noah responds by calling her a dried-up, dirty fucking cunt. Vicky strikes him with her hand, but he catches it. He flees as she throws him out. Claire is informed by Allie of a leak in the boys' bathroom. When she goes to turn off the sink, she notices "I fucked Claire Peterson" written in big letters on the wall. Noah appears from the shadows and attempts to force himself on Claire, only to be kicked in the balls. She tells him to keep his distance from her and Kevin. Claire's students are locked out of class the next day. She opens the door and looks inside, only to find something terrible. She takes her students outside and discovers hundreds of pictures of her and Noah having sex all over the classroom, with even more being printed out. Claire unplugs the printer and frantically tries to remove the photos as the principal arrives. She invites the students in by opening the door. The principal expresses his concern about Claire's recent behavior and informs her of what he has heard about her altercation with Noah in the gym. Garrett picks up Kevin from school and drives him home in his car. Kevin drives it angrily, still resentful of his father. He drives far too fast and is unable to stop because his brakes are worn out. Kevin nearly hits two cars until Garrett assists him in swerving into a row of water containers on the road. Claire returns home and notices Garrett's car has a dent in it. He and Kevin don't tell Claire what happened, but they do assure her that they are both fine. She comes across them while Noah is watching TV. He follows her into the kitchen, where she explains the photos to him. He tells her that he recorded their night together and that she must come to his house if she wants to see it. Claire comes over later that night, but Noah promises to give her the video if she continues to sleep with him. She declines and departs. Claire tells Vicky everything and begs her for assistance. She instructs Claire to enter Noah's home and locate the tape herself. Noah pursues what he believes to be Claire's car, only to encounter Vicky. He reverses his car, prompting Vicky to call Claire as she breaks into Noah's house. She discovers the camera behind a clock above the fireplace. She walks into the basement and discovers hundreds of photos of herself plastered all over the walls. Claire searches Noah's laptop for the video and picture files. She throws everything away before noticing two other files containing images of brakes, implying that Noah was the one who removed the brakes from Garrett's car as well as a minivan. Claire returns upstairs and is surprised to see Noah's uncle arrive. She dashes back home. Claire meets with a detective and discovers that Noah's parents were killed in a car accident caused by his father swerving into a truck. She is led to the wreckage of the car, which she recognizes as the same minivan listed on Noah's laptop. Claire calls Vicky from home and is startled when the door is slammed. Vicky tells Claire to accompany Kevin to her house because she believes it is Noah. Kevin is the only one who opens the door. Noah knocks Vicky over the head after the ladies hang out. Kevin is invited to Vicky's house by Noah. He has Vicky bound and gagged while he calls Claire and asks her to come over using a recording of Vicky's voice. Claire makes her way to Vicky's house. The lights have been turned off and it is dark. Claire is startled by Vicky's cat and stumbles into the closet, which opens and reveals Vicky's body. Her throat was slashed by Noah. Claire yells and flees the house. She dials 911 just as Noah locates her and pulls her out of the car. She informs him that she believes he murdered his parents. Noah claims that he loved his mother, but she committed suicide after his father cheated on her, and he killed his father and the mistress by cutting the brakes on the minivan. Noah leads Claire to a barn house where he has Garrett and Kevin restrained. Noah threatens to kill both of them if Claire does not agree to stay with him. She whacks him with a wrench. She rushes over to Kevin, attempting to untie him, until Noah stands up and pulls Claire away. He snatches some kerosene and splatters it all over Garrett and Kevin. Claire pushes him and forces him to drop the lighter, igniting the kerosene. The barn house catches fire. Barrett frees himself and wraps the rope around Noah's throat around his wrists. Noah takes out his gun and shoots Garrett in the chest once. Claire uses Kevin's EpiPen to poke Noah in the eye. She returns to untie Kevin, but Noah fights her. She pokes his eye with her finger. Kevin snaps the rope and whacks Noah with a block of wood, prompting Noah to push him off. He points his gun at Kevin and says that sometimes heroes must make difficult decisions. Claire calls Noah and tells him, "You're no hero," before flipping a switch and dumping an engine on him, killing him. Claire and Kevin drag Garrett from the burning barn house. Police and paramedics arrive on the scene. Claire and Kevin ride alongside Garrett as he is wheeled into the ambulance. She keeps assuring Garrett that everything will be fine and that they will be returning home soon. What an ending!